Hello again, everybody. Welcome back to Call Me Mr. Broadstreet. This is Ed coming at you again with another new episode for this week. So thank you all again for the current subscribers. I really appreciate it. So I just wanted to say before I get to the heart of the video, just as always, please make sure to give a thumbs up, like, and subscribe if you're enjoying the content. This week's review is going to be the book Little Wing by Paul Salley. This is the Jimmy McCulloch story. So I just wanted to go ahead and put that up there. Very nice cover photograph. Very nice back cover photograph. So this is an essential book. I really think that everyone should have this as part of their collection. Even if you're just more of a casual fan of Wings, particularly the 1974 to about 1977 configuration of Wings. Really well done, really well researched. I'll go ahead and show off just kind of a few little pages from the book just to kind of give you an idea of, all the work that that Paul Salley really put into this book, starting quite a while ago, even in when he was first viewing Wingspan, the documentary back in 2001. And basically going back to about 2007, looking at the introduction here. But yeah, just to kind of show you just some of the photos. You get some nice early photos right here, and definitely a lot of information. I read the just the main text of the book. I'm even planning to go back and reread some of the little articles. He includes a lot of different articles, pictures about Jimmy McCulloch. Kind of the brief story for the more casual fans out there. Of course, Jimmy McCulloch was part of Paul McCartney and Wings from 1974 to 1977, along with drummer Joe English, Denny Lane, Linda McCartney, and of course Paul McCartney. You'll probably remember them best from the rock show, the 1976 Wings World Tour. But this goes into a lot of detail about the different bands that Jimmy was part of. One interesting little side note that I read from the book is that one of the first concerts that Jimmy attended was June 7th, 1963, the Beatles with Roy Orbison. Just picture that for a second. 1963, England. Jimmy is 10 years old at this point. He's getting to see the Beatles in concert. And little does Paul McCartney know that his future guitarist is somewhere out there in the audience. That's just one cool little fact, of course. The book kind of goes into also Jimmy having a friendship with Pete Townsend of The Who, going back to about 1965, so they had been friends for quite a long time. So again, there's even a nice little picture of that in here, if I can just go ahead and find it real quick. If not, there we go, like that, right there. You can see, and let's not forget, Jimmy was started as a young kid, a young whiz kid with all these different bands that he was part of. The kind of first big hit that he had was with a band called Thunderclap Newman. Their first hit song in the United Kingdom was a song called Something in the Air. Original title was Revolution, kind of like another famous Beatles song, but they changed it after the Revolution song by the Beatles came out in late 1968. So basically it was released in May of 1969. Something in the Air went to number 1 in the UK, number 37 in the US. It didn't quite do as well over here in the States. Now, the first time I heard the song was actually from a Tom Petty Greatest Hits compilation back in 1993. The lyrics kind of talking about call out the instigators because there's something in the air. We've got to get together sooner or later because the revolution's here. That's part of some of the lyrics that's in the song. So again, seek it out. I'm sure you've probably heard it in one version or another. There's been a lot of cover versions. I didn't end up hearing the original version, probably till sometime later on some sort of classic rock station between, I don't know, the late 90s and now. I think our local station here in the Boston metro area where I'm based out of has played it occasionally, once in a great while, as kind of a deeper cut. Really good song. Really, you could see why it was a hit song. Really well constructed. Should have been, a bigger, much bigger hit here in the United States. So that group had gone on for a couple of years, and I'm not going to go into every single group. There's a lot of really good information in this book. If I haven't said it before, a lot of good hard work went into this book. After Thunderclap Newman disbands, Jimmy forms a band with his brother Jack. Jack was actually interviewed by Paul Salley for the book, among a bunch of other people, called Bent Frame. Why am I bringing this up? Well, they almost signed to the Rolling Stones record label back in 1972. Another interesting little fact. But the Rolling Stones in 1972 run into some tax problems. That kind of scrapped the idea. So again, an almost brush with fame in that regard. That didn't quite happen. Would have been interesting to see what might have happened had that taken place. Let's see, in August 1973, Jimmy gets to jam with Ron Wood and Rod Stewart of the Faces. So again, he's bumping into some pretty famous company during this time, even kind of before joining Wings, really at this point. The book also talks about Jimmy getting to play on some Roger Daltrey solo albums kind of in the mid-70s, so in between activities for The Who. Jimmy knowing all the members of The Who, I mean, just really a lot of very famous people. Now, Jimmy officially joins Wings in 1974. Funny little story that I actually don't have in my little talking points here, but that I'm just remembering now as I'm bringing it up. He had a choice between signing with Paul McCartney and Wings or signing with David Bowie. I mean, talk about some pretty high company there. The reason they didn't go with David Bowie was basically along the lines of that Bowie's first wife, Angie, was running things, and it wasn't quite as put together as with Paul. So, to have two opportunities like that on the table, and he's not yet even, 21 or 22 at that point? Maybe 22? Just amazing to have that right in front of you. But of course he chose to be with Wings, so, the book goes into a little bit with the Wings period as well, so we get some really nice photographs. I'm going to just go ahead and bring up a couple here from that point. Kind of right there, hopefully that can focus in a little bit better. The Junior's Farm single, which is one of my favorite songs of Wings, one of my absolute favorite songs of all time of theirs, kind of goes into that. So then they go into, which is probably a little bit more familiar for hardcore fans out there, but obviously going into the Venus and Mars sessions. Okay, so now Jimmy's recording on the follow-up to Band on the Run. Band on the Run being done at the end of 1973, Venus and Mars being recorded and released in May of 1975. You just get some other great photos right here. Jimmy and Paul right there, and Linda. That's during the launch party for Venus and Mars, of course. Really nice little graphic there. Just showing some quick snippets. Again, a lot of really good write-ups and articles in here. As I've said before, I really want to get back to reading. Get back, no pun intended, but get back to reading as I'm rereading the book. Just amazing. Just some amazing graphics, amazing layouts right here. Wings at the speed of sound right there. So just again, a lot of good graphics, a lot of good writing into the book. You really get to learn about Jimmy as a person. Unfortunately, as a lot of good things, with Jimmy, it was a matter of disagreement about money that came in, so that's why kind of ends up leaving the band in 1977, kind of not too long after they recorded Mull of Kintyre. Jimmy is on that. He's also on some of the London Town tracks, which would be released in 1978. The book is really good at debunking some false stories out there as well. One that had gone around for a long time was that the song Medicine Jar was about Jimmy and drugs. Well, no, that's not true. It's actually written by somebody else, as is pointed out in the book. So it's not really a biographical song about anything that may or may not have been going on in Jimmy's life at the time. Another untrue story, which was kind of in the early 90s, when I had first read it from a certain author, I go, oh my God, I can't believe that. But of course, we don't have the resources we do now. So the early 90s story had been circulated that when Jimmy left in 1977, it was a very false story about him involving a gun, going onto the McCartney's property, kind of in a threatening manner while everybody was sleeping. Totally did not happen, totally debunked. I don't want to go further into that, but don't want to give any credence to that. So again, it was just merely a disagreement over money, which I could see that. I could see, Jimmy rightfully wanted to get paid some more money. You're part of one of the top bands in the world at that point. You want to get your fair share of money and maybe some songs on albums. I mean, he had one song, Medicine Jar, on Venus and Mars. Let's see, and then Wino Junko is on the 1976 Wings at the Speed of Sound album. So again, you want to get your royalties. You want to get paid what you think you're worth. And, I can't fault anybody for that at all, whether you're a famous musician or whether you're just, like the rest of us, just working for a living, So it's, just a very good book. You feel like you get to learn a lot about him. Sadly, it kind of goes into the untimely death of Jimmy. He had sadly was found dead on September 27th of 1979. Jimmy was only 26 years old. I mean, think about a lot of stuff that he accomplished by the age of 26 that most of us, obviously myself included, don't accomplish within a lifetime. So again, just essential book. I can't recommend it enough. I only wish I would have bought it a little bit sooner when it first came out, but I'm happy that that I've got the book, that I've read over the book. So many great anecdotes and stories, a lot that I can't really go into here. I mean, I think you deserve it to get the book. I think I got this off of Amazon. There's a hardcover copy that I have. I think there's a paperback copy as well. So to Paul Salley, if you're listening to this at all, really amazing job, fantastic. Can't praise the book enough. This is an essential part of any solo Beatles library right here. Can't give it enough praise. So with that said, that concludes the review of Little Wing. My next review, I am going to do a review of Lennon Legends DVD set from 2003. It's a collection of his music videos, so that should be up as of next Saturday as well. Hopefully around the same time as this is being posted right now. But anyway, I just hope everybody is doing well. Please stay safe. And just again, until we see each other again, be safe and be good to one another. And if you're enjoying these videos, again, please feel free to make sure to give a thumbs up, subscribe, and all the likes are helping, all the feedback is helping. And also, just what are some of your memories of Jimmy McCulloch and his time with Wings? I'd love to hear some of that in the comments as well, some feedback. I'm really enjoying reading the feedback. I hope more folks will post their comments and their memories as well. But until next time, I'll see everybody. Take care.